Next topic is the kingdom of the south, the Cholas. The Cholas ruled in South India between 800 and 1200 CE. So the Cholas had ruled in the South India between 800 to 1200 CE. The founder of the empire was the Vijayalaya, who was initially a feudatory of the Pallavas. So who was the founder of the Cholas? It was Vijayalaya. Vijayalaya built the capital town of Thanjavur, a beautiful city of temple. The glory of the Chola dynasty is in large measure attributed to Raja Chola I and Rajendra Chola I. So these two are the very important rulers of the Chola dynasty. So the famous king, first one is Raja Chola I, that is 985 to 1014 CE. Raja Chola I initiated the policy of war and conquest by defeating the Cheras and the Pandyas. So he used the policy of war and conquest, that means to capture the different types of areas by the help of war and battles, and he was able to defeat the Cheras and Pandyas. He invaded Sri Lanka and annexed its northern part in his empire. So even he had captured the Sri Lanka, and the northern part of the Sri Lanka was also in his empire. His kingdom was organized on the lines of efficiency, both economic and military. So his kingdom was basically organized and balanced, or yes, organized on the basis of both economic and military. With the help of economic and military, he was able to run his administration. One of his naval exploit was the conquest of Maldives Island. So one of the best example through which he was able to capture the areas with the help of naval, or by the route of sea, was the Maldives. He also annexed the northwestern parts of the Ganga region in Karnataka and outrun Vengi. So these are the areas which were captured by the Raja Chola I, and this is a picture of Raja Chola I. Next is Rajendra Chola I, 1014 to 44 CE. Raja Chola I was succeeded by his son Rajendra I, who continued his father expansionist policies. So he was the son of the Raja Chola I. He defeated the western Chalukyas and the Pala rulers of the Bengal and completed the conquest of Sri Lanka. So we have already learned how the Raja Chola I, he had captured the northern part of Sri Lanka, and the rest of the Sri Lanka was captured by his son, that is Rajendra Chola I. He marched across Kalinga to Bengal, crossing the Ganga, and defeated the local rulers. So he also captured the Kalinga region. That means from Kalinga to Bengal, all the region was also captured by him, and he also defeated the local rulers from the Kalinga to the Bengal. To commemorate his victory, Rajendra I assumed the title of Gangaikonda Chola, or the Chola conqueror of Ganga, and built a new capital near the river Kaveri called the Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Okay, or the city of Chola, conqueror of the Ganga. So as he was able to capture all the areas near the Ganga region, so when he won, and in order to celebrate his victory, he assumed the title of the Gangaikonda Chola, or the Chola conqueror of Ganga, and he also built a new capital near the Kaveri river, and the name of the place or the capital was Gangaikonda Cholapuram, or the city of Chola, conqueror of the Ganga. Rajendra I also defeated the ruler of the Sri Vijaya Empire, who extended over the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, Java, and the neighboring island, and controlled the overseas trade route with China. So he also defeated different rulers of the Sri Vijaya Empire, and he also extended his empire to the Malay Peninsula, that is Malaysia, Sumatra, Java, and the neighboring island of these regions, and he also controlled the overseas trade route with the China. Sri Vijaya did not want the Indian merchants to trade with China. So Sri Vijaya, he did not want Indian merchants to have a business with the China. The Cholas lead an expedition that resulted in the conquest of Kadaram or the Kheda or the Malaya Peninsula and Sumatra. So the Chola, he had made the expedition or he captured the areas of the Khadaram or the Kheda or the Malay Peninsula and the Sumatra. Thus the Chola navy emerged as the strongest in the Bay of Bengal region. So in the one side you can see we have seen how the Rajendra I, he has captured the different areas, and on the other side he had made his you can say administration with the help of navy. He had captured the whole the areas, and during that time Chola was as the strongest in the Bay of Bengal region. Next is Chola administration. The Cholas had a highly organized administrative structure headed by the king and a council of ministers to aid and advise him. So during the Chola dynasties, the administration was headed or ruled by the king, and there were different types of council of ministers whose work was to give advice to the king. In order to protect the country, the Cholas maintained a large army comprising cavalry, infantry, elephants, and a strong navy. So these all things were included in the Cholas large army. The empire was divided into mandalams or the provinces. Each province was further divided into Valanadu or district and the Nadu or the group of villages. So these are the different types of terms which were given to the villages and districts. Large towns were administered separately and called a taniyur. So a large town was administered separately and they were known as taniyur. At times prince were appointed on the governors of provinces. So each provinces were governed by the different types of prince. Officials were usually paid by granting them assignment of revenue bearing land. So they were paid by the help of the revenues which they were getting from the lands.